Hello. I know it has been a while. I have not been doing traditional planning lately, and that's because I have been trying to convert my Dungeons and Dragons campaign over into Roll20, which is the online way to play. After about 2 months of us not meeting, obviously, because of COVID, we just realized that this thing isn't going to be over, I guess, anytime soon. And we need to find a way to get back into it because all of us kind of miss it. The second part of me not planning too is because a lot of my Dungeons and Dragons planning kind of stems from my characters' play, and seeing what they're interested in gives me an idea of what I should follow up with when it comes to planning. Their ideas and what they show a drive for is how I adjust my planning strategy, and without them participating, you can only really plan for so much time. So I, as you can see, have played 35 hours. This is not me actually playing. This is me trying to learn the program and set something up. I didn't obviously show you guys me working with this. I suppose there's probably a lot of other people that show their journey through Roll20. In fact, there's Twitch streamers that just plan streaming wise, which I've tried to watch because I needed to learn. But I did a very long tutorial, which was partially broken. And don't get me wrong, this is a free program and it's really amazing for being free. But it's also free, which means that there's some hiccups and things that are really inconvenient. So the pros and cons for me are about even. There are a lot of really cool things that you can do in here that you can't do like when the group is together. Like you can be way more secretive as the dungeon master, and your players can't tell you're being secretive. So like there's an entire game master like layer, and I can hide things on that layer, and then I can bring them to the forefront so like they pop into view for my characters. That's really cool that I can hide things on the map, and that when they roll a perception check and find it, they can find the treasure chest, and I can just pull it up to the front. It's really hard to hide things, I feel like, in person. I can also like whisper specific people in my chat. I can talk as different people. Well, obviously I wouldn't want to talk as my players, but like I could put in NPCs and I can talk as them, so I can role play as their voice. Like there's a lot of really cool things that you can do with this. You can give like secret handouts to players, and like only one person could see the handout. So if somebody finds a secret note, and then they can decide if they want to share it with the group. I just really love how specific and kind of immersive you can make the game in this. But then we come down to like map creation, and yeah. So it took a really long time to put in all of their character sheets. Obviously you had to fill everything in. You had to figure out how to make it roll correctly. So it's nice because they can just click on this and it'll roll the damage in the chat. Really great. It shows the damage, and it tells you the roll. It actually shows you the equation if you don't know where it came from. I love that. Because some of my players are really slow at rolling, and like they have to think about it real long, and like this eliminates that time consumption, I guess. So there's some really cool things. And I was nervous that it wasn't going to be very customizable. Like this is a Harry Potter campaign, so like I was nervous that I was going to be really shoehorned into 5th edition stuff or rules. But I wasn't. Everything was really changeable, I guess. With the exception of some of the spells that I had made like weird differences for, especially for my alchemist. Some of the things for my alchemist I had being dexterity, because she was throwing the potion. I thought dexterity would make the most sense. But in order to brew the potion, it's intelligence. So that was really hard to like differentiate in the spells. So I just made everything based on intelligence because I thought that would be more beneficial for the player. That was about the only hiccup that I ran into. I had to go to a lot of different forums, which again, I have 35 hours played on here because I was going to a bunch of forums to find out how to solve my problems that I was running into. I didn't know the setting thing existed. And then I could create a custom class here. Like that solved a lot of problems that I was running into. I haven't played with the spell slot thing. Like, I was just going to tell my players how many spell slots they have, but you can adjust it manually, which I'll probably end up doing. Anyways, so everything took a long time to put in, but there are cool things definitely about Roll20 that I'm excited to use. Right now I just have this really basic map, and it took me forever just to make this. Each of their tokens is linked to their character sheets. They all have their hit points. I love that they have a hit point bar, which is such a great visual for them. They can all see each other's hit point bars, which is going to be cut down on a lot of like the interchangeable talking of like, how many hit points do you have? Do you need heals? Like, I feel like that's going to kind of cut down on that. I'm kind of excited about that. But yeah, so if you can't find, I specifically tried to make the 2 scenarios that I'm fairly certain they'll run into. So that was like the pond that I planned I'm still trying to figure out how to zoom and scroll too. So the pond that they were going to run into with the painting in the middle. So that's what this map was. The grass background is like, I don't know, like 25 different grass panels that you have to put out manually. Copy pasting doesn't, I mean, it kind of works, but you can't like group things and then copy paste the group because it gets messed up, or I couldn't figure out how to make it work. So that was annoying. They also have a draw tool, which you'd think, oh yeah, great. Draw tool. You could freehand the thing, or you can draw shapes, or you can do like lines. But there's no eraser. So like if I mess up my line, or if I realize like 2 shapes ago that it's the wrong shape or it's off, I have to erase it all. You just have to clear everything. Like that. And that erases everything. Boy, I hate that. I can't. So it definitely pays. I'm going to have to, like, if I have a custom map. So there's that scenario that I plan on having them go through, which is like the round encounter where they have to defend the ritual while waves of monsters come in, or ghosts come in. Like, that's going to take place in the history of magic corridor. So it's like a really specific map. I couldn't just go find one that kind of fit. I couldn't find anything that fit. So I was like, okay, I'll just draw shapes to make what it is. It's just a bunch of squares. Technically, it's a classroom. But like, I kept messing up and it wouldn't match the grid, and then they would be different shapes. I can't make maps in here. If it's a custom map, I have to make it in a different program, and then I have to import it. But free members don't get a ton of library space. And I'm not exactly sure where to see how much library space I have. Maybe in the settings. They have, I think it was 100 megabytes to implement. And obviously, if you did the premium subscription, you get more, which makes sense. The program doesn't lock any like tools or functionality behind a paywall. They unlock, well, space for your stuff, and then they unlock a bunch of art stuff. So like, if I typed in, say I wanted a wizard token, everything that's under that's premium asset stuff, you would have to pay for, or you would get it as part of, I think, your subscription. Everything below here is just free. So you still get a ton of stuff that's free. And I super love that. That they didn't put any functionality behind a paywall. But yeah, so that's kind of where I've been at and what I've been trying to do. I'm going to probably today go into Photoshop and make a custom map for this. I mean, I could just do something like real boring, right? I could just use this gridded paper because this is what I would be using anyways, right? I mean, it's tan. I have a tan one, and then could just draw out here, but I still can't erase. So no, I just can't do it. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I could just make, when I typed in wizard, this was the only classroom that I really liked when I was looking on the internet, at least. Drawing. I'm also probably on, I'm on the token thing. Go to background, grab it, put it out. Could I make these into the classrooms? They just look so grand, like this carpet. I don't know. You can make it so it doesn't snap too. No, I don't like that. I don't like this carpet thing. Like, this is supposed to be history of magic. Like, not all these classrooms are going to be grand carpeted affairs with, like, big daises. How do you say that? So, that's been my plan. I'm also really picky, okay? I'm totally aware that I'm a picky dungeon master, and if something doesn't fit my vision perfectly, I don't want it. So I wish I could remove my pickiness and be like, yeah, those classrooms look just fine. I'm just going to use them. My players probably won't care. But I care, you know? So, I don't know. You could just totally get lost, looking up keywords and finding tokens that you like. I do like the top-down tokens that they've got loaded in, but I decided not to do top-downs. I did, I don't know, random Slytherin students that I found that were not related to the books, obviously because they're unique characters. That was actually really hard to find, non-specific Slytherin students. Tokens. Can I? Yeah, okay. So, this was somebody else's art. Their name is down here. It's not mine. So, thank you all the people that did these Slytherin portraits that I probably found on Pinterest. But I did these instead of, the top-down tokens because I just did a bunch of top-down wizard students, they'd all kind of look the same, I think, so I thought this would be easier to tell players, which means that I should probably do monsters in this flat version too. I haven't even gotten to the monsters yet, you guys. 35 hours and I haven't even gotten to combat. So, if that gives you an idea of how much I wanted to pull my hair out while I was doing this. In the end, it'll probably be worth it because then we can play Dungeons and Dragons and everybody can still stay safe, which is excellent. Didn't even occur to me that maybe the monsters... Oh, but then the monsters would look different, right? So that the people would be able to tell, oh, that's a monster and that's an ally. If I did something. Right? Oops. Oh, man, I don't know. That looks pretty dorky, huh? So it's so hard to... Oh, well. I'm zoomed out pretty far. People said that they usually play at like 100% is the normal zoom in that they do. I guess it depends on the map style and size. So I don't know. I guess that doesn't look. All right, I'm not crazy about it, but Megan's lifting her pickiness, right? I'm gonna practice lifting my pickiness. Oh, should I put health bars on the enemies too? I could put it in the red bubble. Yeah. Oh, what's this? Oh. Well, that makes sense. So if you have a bunch of top-down wizards like this, you could change their colors. Though they're all Slytherin in my campaign, so they would all want to be green, I'm sure. Okay. Well, I found a few more pluses in this whole business. Also, so none of you run into the same problem if you guys all decide to go, all of you, decide to go to Roll20 and try your hand at doing stuff here. Big help is if you want to add something to your journal, so like a handout in particular, you have to you can only put image files in. So like I had that document that was a bunch, like basically a grid of all the spells that they could buy and all the times they could level it up and like what the level up does for the spells. I couldn't load that in because it was a .doc. So I tried to look up how to convert a .doc into an image file because it doesn't take PDFs either. And I tried to convert it to an image and it totally messed up the grid. Looked real dumb. And you can't do multiple pages. It's like, again, it's copying an image. It's thinking it's like a picture, not text. And then you can't edit it after either. So all of that means I can't put the spell purchase thing in this program. It's just not going to work. So they're going to have to go to like a Google Docs and they're going to have to look at their spells separately on a different tab whenever they go shopping. Little annoying. I mean, it was really annoying when I tried to fix it, but oh, and then the macros took me a really long time to figure out. But just go to a forum, you guys. There's forums that give you the whole string list of stuff that you need in order to get people to, because like, again, if your players aren't computer savvy, they're not going to know how to type up, you know, the coding to make the program do what you want it to do. So if they have a button that they can click, like rolling initiative, it asks them to input something and then it rolls it for them. So easy for your standard player. So get some macros, but don't make them up yourself because they're too hard. Unless you're really smart. If you're a smart macro fiend, you know, make all sorts of complicated, awesome things. I just am not. I've done like basic macros in World of Warcraft, okay, like /hug friend or something. All right. Where did I put those again? How are they in my handouts? Oh, they're under maps. That's right. Okay, but I did end up finding out how to make these. I mean, I had to, again, take a screen clipping, put that screen clipping in a Word document, right-click on the image in the Word document and save it as a picture, and then from there, I could upload it into here. Not great. Unless like I'm doing this all in like this huge convoluted wild way. I mean, part of the reason is I didn't want to like collapse my layers in Photoshop. And I felt like it was just going to be too big. Like a screen clipping is way smaller in size than like a Photoshop file. Anyway, so they have a map, which is great. And then they've got the activity that they haven't done yet that they can do this weekend. Because they're starting out on a Friday, which means their next chunk of play is going to be like really, like they can go anywhere. They have a lot of options, so I have to have a lot of options loaded in before we even start playing. So why don't we start up my map, huh? Should probably do something that's kind of small, so it doesn't again take up a lot of space on that in my library drive. I think it said that it does 70 pixels per inch. Oh, and that's pretty small. Yeah, let's do that. Dimensions for... Yeah, that looks good. I did like that stone pattern I had on the floor. What do you think here? I think it goes down. Oh, into the back. Oh, I can't. Yeah. That's nice that stone image is such high quality, right? Takes up the entire space. Alright. That's probably pretty good, huh? It's a little blurry from being shrunk so much. Usually that doesn't happen, huh? Am I crazy? It's probably because it's 70 pixels. I like never work at that size, so. There. couldn't remember the shortcut. It's gonna be so nice, you guys. I'm gonna be able to merge all of these and then just drag it. So beautiful. There's a reason why programs are expensive. They make things convenient. I don't know if I love the contrast of that too. It might be kind of hard. I felt like it was kind of hard to see the grids and the players. Oh, over here. Because that works. It's huge. I don't want it to be soft. Oh, maybe I should pull up the actual map, huh? Make sure I get the floor right. Oh. I talked up this mural in game and now I'm like, oh no, it means I draw it. And I'll just make it goofy. I must have to I gotta make a goofy thing in the center. I put it in there. That's what you get for putting art in your game. And then you talk about it. They're gonna expect to see it if they're fighting on top of it. Still probably too big. It's about like the thickness of walls, right? Probably doesn't have to be that. Oh, I'm gonna get rid of that. Oh, do I have? Why did it create that? Oh. I don't want that, I want normal. Yes. Guess I could have just created a square. I think the things start right at the edge, yeah. Well, that's the outside wall. Inside wall should be a little bit thinner. Come to about here, I think. The circle. Does the circle touch? It does. I maybe should have, like, I don't know. I shouldn't be using my mouse. That's a fact. I've got a Wacom tablet thing. But I just feel so lazy and I don't want to get it out. Okay. It's one of those, like, there are some things as a DM you were, like, not expecting to have to do. And then when you realize that you have to do it anyways and you get this sinking feeling, like, all that time I thought I was gonna save. And then you don't actually save any time. And you just want to cut corners, like, use your mouse. Starts about here. Oh. This. Bathrooms are just gonna be a little small. What? What just happened? Oh, there is. Okay. I get it. This should maybe be a little bit lower. So, like, maybe I'll start it down here. Oh, gotta get that big again. Of course, it's too big. It's okay. I'm not gonna be anal about it. It's fine. They use this map once. Also, there's this pressure, like when you're watching other people use Roll20 on Twitch, and they have these gorgeous maps, and they're so fancy. And you're like, oh my gosh, did that DM make that map? Where did that map come from? And then you make something ghetto like this. I mean, nobody's gonna be watching us, so. But still, you want to give your players the best, you know? No. Okay. I think this has got to shrink down now, too. Thank goodness for straight lines. And Photoshop's ability to make them for you. Oh. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, how many? This is the bathrooms. And to be honest, okay, so let's just divide the bathrooms like this. My players are not going to notice. Well, the one player that would have noticed isn't playing with us anymore. Okay. They need to be able to get into that last classroom. Oh, it's pretty big. We'll just make sure that there's enough space for the door. Everybody wants to take world history. I mean, I would want to take world history if it was in Hogwarts. Can you imagine learning about all the different magic cultures around the world? That would be so interesting. Which is kind of why I was making backgrounds for, like, if we ever wanted to run an adult Dungeons and Dragons game of, like, what kind of racial abilities you would get if you came from a different country other than, like, England, because that's kind of what we see. Which means I just get to make my own culture. But, it's kind of hard because you don't want to put a bunch of cliches or, like, generic ideas of what a culture is in your Dungeons and Dragons campaign. That's just lame. So gotta do a little bit of research on how that country identifies itself. Try to make that into, like, a class ability. Not class, racial. Okay, this was so much easier in Photoshop than it was in the other program, because I could erase and it's on a different program, so I wasn't constantly messing with the stonework underneath. It was so silly of me just not to do this in the first place. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you guys. Maybe I just wanted to find other reasons to get mad at it because I was doing extra work. Gotta put in some doors. Oh, the doors to this one would probably be double, huh? That'd be nice. And you know what? Because I don't have, like, desks as, like, a saved file that I can just plop in. I mean, I could draw, like, little drawings of desks in here if I wanted, I guess. But I could just take this base image, bring it over into Roll20, and they have desks that I can plop in. Not that, my players probably won't be going in. Oh no, they will be. They'll be going into the rooms to be looking for, I don't know. I did a thing. They have to go and look in for, Professor Binns' essence that's, like, manifesting, right? It's been so long since I've planned that challenge. Oh. I hate, like, planning stuff so far ahead of time and then, like, forgetting all of the stuff that I planned when we actually play the game and then, like, flubbing my way through. This is why I only like planning ahead so much. Well, it might look a little dorky, right? If I bring this, like, simplistic drawing in there and plop a bunch of detailed desks in. That'll look weird. Probably. Oh, they probably have doors. Let's go look. What am I doing? I have it pulled up. Oh, gotta be on the asset tab. Oh, and it's not a token. It would be... Maybe it's a token. Door. Well, I don't want to see the... Yes! Yes! Oh, it even has handles. I like that. I had ended up trying to look for walls. And didn't really have a whole lot of luck. But this could kind of look like a wall. I like this trapdoor. A broken door? This could be a wall too. Though, man, copy pasting that over and over and over again? Forget it. Okay. I am going to try to save this and bring it over. Maybe I can add like a texture. Or change this. No, that looks dumb. I don't hate that. Oh, that's interesting. It has like this weird light source. I wonder if there are different textures that you can get for Photoshop. Like download them. I don't know what this is doing. Yeah, I like it smaller. Okay. I like that it sticks out a little bit more. Maybe too contrasty though. You know, make it a little bit darker. That looks like walls. Yes. I accept. That way it's not like super basic, boring looking. Okay, this is nice and simple too, so file. Save as. It loves JPEGs, so we'll do that. 20. Oh, it doesn't have to be max. We can just do like... What's the difference? Oh, that's a pretty big difference. Okay. Well, let's go see. Let's go see what it looks like. This was the one I was trying to fix. But you know, I could probably just delete this one. I'll go here. Okay. upload. Yeah, I'll just choose. Make sure we're on the right layer. Okay. I do kind of like that. This is kind of bugging me. It's fine, they're not gonna be in there though. Okay, wait, we gotta go back and find that door. I didn't do anything with the door after I found it. Oh, but I should also put this in. Oops. You have to touch these little things in order to move them. I also had to look that up because I couldn't figure out how to move stuff because I wasn't grabbing in the right spot. I want to put it in maps. It has to be open. Okay. Door. We want to put the door in first. What's this thing? Oh, it's premium. Don't look at it. Okay. What's this door look like? Boink. Doesn't want to go there. I mean, you can hardly see it. Well, I mean, maybe when we're zoomed in, right? Let's look at it zoomed in. Door's so big. It's just so dark. Like, if I had made the walls brighter, that would be fine. Let's try this one. I like the thickness of that. I feel like that's easier to see. Ugh, every time I click on it, it wants to snap into a different location. That's annoying. We're on the right. Okay. Really? You basically just have to hold down Alt a lot. I mean, does my grid make not make any sense? Should I move it? Maybe if we align the wall up. It wants to put it in. Where is it trying to put things? Oh, just in boxes. It likes the boxes. don't love. Okay. Tonight everybody is signing in for the first time. We're all gonna like just look at Roll20 together. I did link a video in like the discussion board on something they could watch to kind of start learning the program, but not really sure how many decided to do that. Ugh, curses. Okay. Now let's take a look for desks. Some desks came up when I typed in wizard. Maybe wizard's desk. Oh, I like how simple. Premium assets. This looks like a desk bed. Oh no, it's like they're like pillows maybe? They're sitting on the floor. Double desk? I don't know. Bamboo desk. Alright. I think the top one's this one, maybe. There's like a lot of stuff on it, but... Oh, well. Oh, that's kind of big. Like, how many students are going to fit in here? Did I even think about that? Oh my gosh. I wasn't even thinking about the, like, grid scale. Library. Oh, no. It's fine. He wasn't shrinking to size. Like, tokens. Drag him? Oh, that's... I mean, I don't... Well... That's a really small classroom. I mean, but it's only for advanced students, right? Like, you have to elect into these... So... I don't know, like... 5 students can be in here? It's gotta be, like, super elect. Okay. Should I fix the grid, you guys? Because, like, also, considering, like, the monsters are gonna be coming in here. The players are gonna be fighting in this area, essentially. Well, they've got a lot of back and forth. Also, like, challenging the ranged players. Well, they're almost all ranged anyways, but... I can come back here. I'm gonna keep the grid the way it is. I don't actually even know. You know, I should learn. I should learn how to change the grid. I know it's in here. And that's true. Maybe like 2? Okay. That made it bigger. I'm sure some of you were like, of course it made it bigger, Megan. 0? Is 1 the smallest I can get? can't be true. Oh, maybe I can go down. Let's try 50, shall we? Okay. Oh, there you guys, there we go. Now more students can fit inside them. Yes, this is the way it shall be. Because he comes over here and he's like, oh, I fit. Cool. This desk is probably too big then. Oh, but it's in the background, so I gotta go back. And like a student sits in the square there. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah. Now we can fit 6 students in here. It's still a little small. Just have to keep telling myself that this is an elective. And most people don't get thrilled by history, especially when it was taught by Professor Binns, so he probably didn't have a whole lot of interest. We need a teacher's desk. Okay. Spin it around. Oh, I could probably copy it in this orientation, huh? It's too close to the door. So like in a beautiful world, be able to group all of these together as a thing, which you technically can, right? Advanced group, but then when you try to copy as a group, it turns stupid. What is this? I know, it's a tangent. What is that classroom? Why is it so small? I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry, people in Europe. You only have 6 students. Maybe he runs more classes in the smaller classroom. We're going to explain it away that way. Okay? Well, they would probably cover a lot of European history. In Hogwarts, just in their regular history class, because they're in England or Scotland or whatever. Okay, that's probably a good gap for the teacher junk. Those are the bathrooms. Oh, and I'll probably want... Well, yeah, this side. I mean, you guys probably get the picture, right? Oh. Okay. You can Control Z in the program, so that's a big plus. In case you really ruin something. That was a saving grace for freehand drawing. Without an erase button is the... Oh, that's not aligned. Hooligan students moving the desks around. Alright. I don't want to fill the rest of the things in with more desks. Especially not while I'm recording. But we did need to find a teacher desk. This one looks more complicated, but it has like wires and stuff on it. That might be a little weird. This one's big. There's no chair with it, but that's probably okay. And it matches, I think. Yeah. No. Oh, okay. Well, I made some. Ooh. Okay, before we go, let's see if we can find a cool rug, and just pretend like it's the scene rug I described. Put birds in there. I like this one. What do we got? Alpaca. I could put an alpaca in the middle. I don't know. That one looks like it has like maybe a scene border if it's small enough. I'd probably have to go to Pinterest if I really wanted to find the perfect rug. Oh, I like this little desk thing. Chair. Tea chair. Okay. Weird stretchy outy business. No, that was not what I wanted. Okay. Oh, but I'm gonna have to stretch it out quite a bit. It's like supposed to be that big or something. Ooh. I don't love that. Yeah, it's too big because I made my squares smaller. I could do a repeat of some. Oh, maybe this one. That one looked like it could have. Oh yeah, look, it kind of matches the doors too. Okay, hopefully, oh yeah, okay. And maybe if I copy paste, I'm putting them next to each other. Oh, yeah. It'll just like repeat a little bit. Well, oh. No, that border's just gonna get in the way. That's alright. It will do for my decoration purposes. You know what? They need to go up more. That wasn't center. Okay, close enough. What? No. that looks pretty good. Well, thanks for joining me as I... Oh my gosh, and I moved this. I moved it. And it's more than a few steps back. Okay. Okay, it's fixed. Thanks. I will, if we actually do start playing, after, so this is Tuesday, we might play next Tuesday if I can get the monsters in. But I'll probably do one more planning session and show you how my monster planning is going, or inserting. So, till next time.